All right. Welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Individual Experience. A little after 12. It is 11 p.m. on a Thursday, April 30th. Barely. I was so tired yesterday when I got home because they had me waiting out there for like a whole hour for a damn bus, and having to go take my daughter to school and go back and pick her up. So I was tired. Couldn't even, like I said, assemble her a new dresser, and can't even do it today either because again, got home, I was so tired, went to sleep. Really didn't get much sleep. I usually take melatonin before I go to bed, and I was so tired I just fell asleep and woke up around 5 o'clock in the morning. Not 5 o'clock, sorry, minutes to 6, right? 5:50 something, and had to use the bathroom. And it's funny too because as soon as I woke up, I heard footsteps in the hallway, right? Because I had to go use the bathroom. All right, so I'm saying, okay, I'm thinking that somebody had just, somebody was walking in the hallway, go to use the bathroom, and my nephew was in there. And I'm like, dude, shit, you up? Usually when I get up and people is walking in the hallway, it's another way of them waking me up out of my sleep. All right, with them, because I had to pee. And there's usually some context behind that, how they will use family members. Like I said, as soon as I opened my eyes, I heard, and he was walking pretty loud too, so I can tell. You know what I'm saying? They'll do this from time to time. I talked about this too in the middle of the night. I would get up to go use the bathroom, and I have family members standing in the hallway, just standing there. And then as soon as I come out my bedroom, they'll stick their fingers in their ears and go back into one of the other rooms. You know what I'm saying? So, I wasn't surprised, but I was able to hold my pee until he came out the bathroom, and and of course they use their sirens. Went back, tried to go back to sleep. I didn't really fall back to sleep because it's kind of difficult. Usually when I take my melatonin, when I sleep, even if I get 4 or 5 hours sleep, I feel rested. But nope. Then I had made breakfast, watching a video, and then went to take a bath. Went to the bathroom, and that's when they start targeting me. Taking a bath, they start having me on the remote monitoring. Every time I use the soap on my rag to wash myself with, they start using their sirens. Every time I looked up at the shower head, they start using the sirens. If you guys hear the sirens right now, I hear it in a very, very low volume, low tone, I should say. So they gotta find some way of targeting you. All right, look, another vehicle again, new vehicle. New Jersey plate, B32VUG. Look, just so you guys know I'm not kidding. All right, so where are they getting all these people from, right? I've talked about, you see Florida, Jersey, California, Tennessee. I've even showed you Canada, right? Canadian plates with the number 32 in there. All right, so like I said, it is deliberate. It is a cult. And they're being fed information by the occult leaders within the, even cult members within the, Predator Police Department across America. Right, another one here, HKP 3320, number 32. Now look, stand in the middle of the sidewalk, like I said, as soon as I approach, and they'll start walking off, right? They're walking away. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do. Oh yeah, she took her hat off her head too. As soon as I turned to look, she took her hat off her head. She's wearing a pink hat. Hilarious, man. But anyhow, it's a, like I said, I'll keep proving what I say. I don't need people to believe me. I need people to know what's going on and to understand, the reason, some of the reason behind it. I may not know all the reason behind it, but some of the reason behind it because of what they tell me, about what information they're feeding to me through silent sound spread spectrum and through, a brain-computer interface. Okay. All right. Also, I went to put on my earbuds, and I noticed that only one of my earbuds is playing. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And I have both my earbuds on the charge. This has never happened before. But when I talk about these things, what it is that they do. So I have both my headphones charging in the case, and woke up, put my headphones on. And I woke up as I was leaving, put my headphones on. And I'm saying, why am I only hearing only one side of my earbuds? Right? So of course they're done draining the battery. Like I said, this has never happened before. Alright, another number 32, right? What is that? Okay, you looking. Oh yeah. KVY 2320, number 32, right? 3220. Right there. Oh yeah. Now look. Everybody got their windows down. Windows up except for the dude in the gray vehicle, right? You see that? You guys see that, right? Look. What are you looking at me for, man? You okay? All right. Again, you're trying to use the homeless theme. So what they're doing, there's a lot of noise there. Let me get up here. I'm showing you guys what they're doing is that because they've conditioned me to recognize the number 32, that now when I expose it, they're trying to use the homeless thing, right? Look. All right? Or he dressed as if he's homeless. I don't know. But this is what they do. So you see how I talk about when you study what it is that they're doing and expose them for what it is that they're doing and who they are, right? They try to make it seem as if because you recognize their targeting of you, you recognize how they program you, that means that what? What does that mean? What does that mean? That you're guilty of what it is that they say? And again, I want you guys to understand how they try to get away with silencing us and to get away with the crime that they've committed against us, right? Which is the illegal microchipping, right? The brainwashing, right? The psychological programming of our subconscious mind, the use of technology, the poisoning, covert drugging, and trying to get away with it, right? Like I said, it's not good. You have to understand the mindset of the dark triad, particularly in their position of authority. You must understand that. Because if we don't, going forward, they're going to continue to do this to a lot of our young people, right? Because again, this is part COINTELPRO, part non-consensual experimentation, right? A whole lot of Zoom. When the state is engaging in Zoom, right? So I talk about this. Go and read about Zoom in Germany. Okay, now also, I want you to watch when they walk towards me, you'll start looking at the dude right here. He dressed like he's a homeless, so I don't know. He look homeless. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to assume that, right? I may make an ass out of myself for assuming that, but I think we know what and how homeless people dress like and how they look, okay? And I could be wrong. But it is what it is, right? But again, I want you guys to see the tactics, right? The car with number 32, the guy in the gray SUV, all his windows down. Again, all you got to do. See, here comes the sirens. Yeah, man, it's you. He like pointed towards me, so I pointed towards him too. See, when you're able to show exactly what it is that they're doing, they can't get away with this shit, so they don't have to send the fire trucks. Well, you're able to break down what it is that they're doing so you can prove it. See, they don't want you to be able to prove what it is that they're doing. Go and look up Coercive Persuasion Programming, Cognitive Warfare, Neurocognitive Warfare. You get an understanding of what I'm saying. So you see, look. See what I'm saying? Look, right? They'll start flooding around my area where I'm at, you know, you know what I'm saying, with homeless people. It's the homeless need. That's what it is.
So that was the subway, huh? Oh, right here. Okay, thank you, man. Sorry.
Yeah. Sticking his tongue out, dumbass. Oh, there's a side door over there. She walked all the way from the back. Oh, sorry. She walked all the way from the back just to come in the front. Tell you. Walk right past the side door. I want you guys to pay attention to the color gray today. Alright? Pay attention. right, thank you. Have a good day. Appreciate it. All right, so let me explain what just happened. So there was as the bus was coming, as the bus was coming down, it was a guy wearing a hoodie, black hoodie with white and blue writing on it, and see what they do? Block my path. So they all walk together, synchronized. So where you have all three of them lined up, so I can't even walk that way. So I got to walk this way, right? Look at the New York Predator Department. See? What did I say? So I'm about to explain to you guys what it is that they do. Number 5267 precinct is this? 67 precinct. So there's a guy parked up right there, right? As the bus is coming, he walks from behind the vehicle. He has a black sweater on with blue and white writing. He looks at the homeless dude on the bus. I don't know if he's looking past me because the homeless dude was right behind me, right? And he's looking at him, and he has his keys. Not the homeless guy, but the guy outside on the street. He has his keys, and he kind of shakes his keys so I can see, right? And then you see the New York Predators Department. Also, the guy wearing the red shirt, right? The red sweater, red and black sweater in front of the bus. You know, like I said, what color does it show? Red, gray, black when they start targeting me, you know, in a certain manner, right? And then you see the New York Predator Department showing themselves, right? Again, this is what they do. This is how they engage in, like I said, coercive persuasion programming, psychological manipulation, covert manipulation. Remember, they attacked me. I didn't attack them. I couldn't even fathom the idea of doing this to somebody. But, you know, when Negropeans follow white supremacists, you know, these things, these concepts and these types of destructive programs come from the minds of white people, not us. Okay? We don't think about these things. They create these things because that's who they are. That's in their core foundation of who they are as people, right? As human beings, they are destructive. And everything that they do is destructive. Particularly when it comes to doing things against other groups of people. I should say non-white people, right? Yeah. they are destructive because it is within their nature as such to be violent, to be you know, everything that they try to project onto us. That is who they are. Their violence, their possessiveness, their envy, their jealousy, right? Their bigotry, their racism. No.
You have a dollar?
No.
Hi, son. You don't have a dollar, please?
Again, like I said, the homeless people, they're sending them out here, flooding my path with them, right? It's the homeless thing. And I talk about that in Coercive Persuasion program, and one of the things that they do. There are many different themes, and I keep showing you over and over and over the themes that they use. Right, the homeless guy on the bus. Then on the way down here, there's like multiple homeless people on the street, on the sidewalk, I should say. Right, just standing there. You know what I'm saying? Which is, you know, it goes to tell you, right? Remember, they've been doing this to me for years and years, decades, I should say, decades. And it wasn't until what is it? A decade and a half when I decided I was going to study what it is that they're doing. You know, it may took me some time, but beginning to, you know, that's the only way that you're going to be able to take back some of your autonomy as a targeted individual is to understand what it is that they're doing to you thoroughly. Not just the psychological aspect of it, but the technological aspect of it, the societal aspect of it, the social conditioning, the individual conditioning, the condition of the people around you, not through just psychological operation, but through the use of technology to manipulate our minds and our actions.
Thank you.
She ain't gonna open it. Wow.
Hey.
Excuse me, I don't know why too, because see? Let's try this one. Oh, still not this one? Look at that. Oh, did it actually work for him?
I think it was.
Let me try it again. Okay, on the phone. Okay. What's the sense of having these machines nowadays? That some of the time they just don't even work. Ridiculous. Alright, so what time it is? It's about 35.
This stop is Church Avenue and East 28th Street. Please exit through the rear door.
Yeah, bringing back the old fees.
Next stop, Church Avenue and Torrey Avenue.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. Number 32. Look at that shit. 1032. Please exit through the rear door. Next stop, Church Avenue and East 42nd Street.
Avenue and East 42nd Street.
Anybody that's using the Omni card doesn't work for him. He uses phone to pay. Alright, so it's a vehicle with a license plate 9160. So when I talk about how when I'm being going to get monitored, I use those numbers. So I set in my mind 9,160, and then your further department use their sirens. We want no monitoring. So G32 RPK G32 Florida plates. Yeah, yeah. They're using it.
This stop is Church Avenue and Brooklyn Avenue. Please exit through the rear door.
Another license plate reads 7,676.
Next stop,
Your present
Church
property
Avenue
is
and
ours.
New York Avenue. Transfer available to be 44.
Alright.
is Church Avenue and New York Avenue.
Wait, I'm gonna make that. Sit down.
So there's a theme here, and when I talk about that, look, just showing me her phone. Why are you showing me your phone? With her. She opened up her PayPal. Not her PayPal. What is that? Cash App. Right? Remember I talked about how they opened up my Cash App and it says zero. She's not paying by her Cash App.
Please exit through the rear door.
It was something else. Right? Yeah, again, I want to show you guys how they go switch from different sort of methods to where they're hacking at the mouth to certain things, and now they're using other people to use the same app that they open up on my phone. They engage in certain subliminals, right? Oh yeah. Remember I talked about it, will always find other ways and new ways to incorporate targeting. You know, because they don't ever stop targeting you. You need to understand that. They just want you to be silent and accept what's being done to you, right? The non-consensual human experimentation and the violation of their rights. Now look what happens when you are able to break down what it is that they're doing. Like I said, the predators in the police department. I said the predators in the predator police department. You know, they show themselves because I see psychopaths and sociopaths. That's what they do to their victims. And the system is sociopathic in its foundation, in its inception. It's psychopathic, sociopathic, psychopathic in its inception, its foundation, and how it operates, particularly against black people. Look at them all the way up there. See them lights flashing.
This stop is Church Avenue and Nostrum Avenue.
Okay, you're grabbing this thing. Nasty. Nasty. I'm glad you guys have seen it.
Coming up? Thank you.
Go on. The red theme. Look, the red theme. You're a predator department. Look, silver theme. The red silver.
Next stop,
Silver theme.
Church
Right,
Avenue
got
and Predators
right
Dept.
there. Silver
Transfers
people.
available to the 44 SPF and
Embrace silver
D49.
people.
Please exit through the rear door.
Sir, just step back let you pass because I'm getting out.
Thank you.
Not you. I don't want the bus to get ready to get out.
Excuse me, please.
Okay.
Sorry.
This stop is Church Avenue and
5267.
Rogers Avenue.
Again, stage.
No, okay. Let's get this way. Try to go inside with the stroller. Go inside with the stroller. Please don't block the front of the bus. Take the stroller inside, please. Thank you.
Waiting for me. Not the.
Please exit through the rear door. Next stop, Church Avenue and Bedford Avenue. Transfer available to
So
be
you guys see the
coordinated.
combination I'm talking about? All right? Use some colors. Certain type of colors. Oh yeah. Exposing the asses.
This stop is Church Avenue and Bedford Avenue.
All right, thank you. Have a good night. I mean, good day. Sorry. It's a good night, good day. Yep. So you guys see the silver gray vehicle again? Look at the combination. I want to talk about the keys in hand. Look at the combination of how they do things. Right? I explained to you guys exactly what it is that they do, how they doing it. Right? Number 32. All right. 7332 right there. 7,332. No, motherfuckers. I'm gonna sue y'all for the $932 billion. No, wait, say that wrong. 900. That was yesterday's price. I'm gonna sue them for today's price. $932 trillion. $932 billion. $932 million. $932,000. $932.32. There you go. See the $932 billion and so forth. That was yesterday's price. This is today's price. All right. The better you get at exposing what it is that they're doing, all right, they'll say, well, well, look, he knows, so we haven't caused him any type of psychological harm. Yes, you have, because you're not stopped doing what you're doing. You continue to do what you're doing. You continue to violate my rights. You continue to cause me sleep deprivation, right, and doing it in the public, out in public, right, within my home, within the privacy of your own home, right, the privacy of your own bedroom, bathroom, wherever it is that you're at, right? The sleep deprivation. Top of that, the illegal access, remote no monitoring of my sovereign mind, which you have no access to or no right to, right? The illegal surveillance within the home, the constant use of sirens whenever I touch something or look at something, and it's been going on for decades, right? Like I said, over 2 decades. So you expect a person who they put through this, what they're doing, to not be somehow bothered, to not be upset, to not be damaged and hurt, to not be, ill, right? And let's talk about the illegal covert poisoning, the illegal covert drugging, right? The use of your cell phone, right? To weaponize your cell phone. To do what? To vibrate your body, to vibrate your bones, I should say, your skeleton frame, right? To cause injury to your spine, to your skeleton frame, right? See, they're not going to be honest about you about that. Right, and that damn sure ain't gonna be honest about the illegal microchipping. But in order for them to get away with it, they have to villainize us. This is what people don't understand. They have to villainize us so that they can get them to target us, to discredit us, to surveil us. So if and when there is precedent set that tells them, like I said, we STIs, we're gonna always win. Any type of court situation, we're gonna always win. Because what they're doing is violating not only your constitutional rights, but your human rights, your civil rights. What they're doing is against the Nuremberg Code, against all laws, universal and international, even within the laws of this land. is highly illegal and criminal, and they know this. They know it. Like I said, you have to understand how they think. Put yourself in their shoes, right? Not to say that you're going to be like them, but but understand what the dark personality traits are, the dark triad personality traits, right? That the fact that there are people who consider themselves professionals, will sit in a room, create these type of programs, and say, this is how we're going to push society forward. Microchipping people, engaging in cognitive warfare, covert cognitive warfare, right? And then try to rationalize it, and then try to make it legal. And how do they do that? False flag operation. Undermining individuals to where they can entrap them, right? They can microchip them, and they can try to silence them. This is what they do. This is what they've been doing. When you look at eugenics and the people behind eugenics, and you look at the racists and the people behind the enslavement and the Jim Crow, we're talking about a conservative side and a liberal side. And both are highly racist, highly unethical, right? And when it comes to us as black people, they're going to do whatever they can to keep us from excelling within the society. It's fine if you're playing sports, you're doing music, that sort of thing. You're acting, that sort of thing. But when it comes to any serious leader within the black community to push black people forward, economically, educationally, in science, in math and engineering, in those fields, they're trying to make sure it never happens. And I keep telling you why. Because as long as they can keep us ignorant to what it is that they're doing, what the technology they develop, they will always be able to manipulate us. Because why? Because we are believers. We are highly believers. All right, talk to you guys in the next video.